the movie is designed to take the characters, you know, your main character Frida and Jess, but like to take these people on this journey that kind of is too good to be true. You know, and this is one of those moments where you're just like, oh, it is too good to be true, and like, but wait, why? What's happening? What's going on? This is like a really kind of mysteriously, I don't know, invasive feeling that kind of comes into the movie, and it comes into the characters' minds and their awareness as well, and it kind of has to come to a head at some point. Zoe Kravitz is directing this movie, and you know, us as actors that have directed or want to direct, you know, we get the lots of directors step on their first movie never having been on a movie set, and like we get, I guess, the privilege to have worked with a lot of really good directors, and get to cherry pick of, like, you know, process and things, and you know, Zoe's worked with some really talented people, and I think all of that is it's a plus, but at the end of the day, every single movie, in my opinion, is just a mirror of the director, and I really think that this movie's a perfect example. Like, Zoe's insanely smart, like, you know, but she's also very stylish and incredibly clever. Like, she's one of the more clever people that I've ever met. She leads from a place that isn't just all heart, and it's not all just brain, you know, it's something else. It's like the mix of the two, and that's what the movie really feels like. It's very smart, but it's also, it has a lot of like, I don't know, real world like experience and emotion in it that is not romanticized on any level, but it stays like in the pocket of I think what Zoe's experience is in the world. I play Slater King. He's a tech sort of billionaire kind of guy, and probably got a lot of money at a time where, you know, there were no rules. You know, when you get a lot of money at a young age, like, you know, there's no playbook or rule book that tells you how to do it. Frida is our main character that we get to go into this, you know, this story or this journey with, and I think she's just like everybody else that is probably trying to figure out how to make money, whether it's like a bunch of different hustles, and really just is tired and wants a fucking vacation, and like this opportunity comes by that is just like what, like, the person that you kind of admire from afar all of a sudden just like looks at you, and like it, of course, like you're just like, oh my god, it's happening. I mean, I could sit here and talk about Naomi for hours. I mean, but the easiest way to say it is just that she's probably one of the more talented people that I think I've ever worked with. Like, she can kind of do it all and does it weirdly effortlessly. Like, you know, she'll just like just drop into a perfect English American accent, like, no problem, and just keep it going. And then like she'll be like, I want to find like a person to actually, like, you know, kind of start to like mimic so she doesn't feel so standard, and then we can just cry perfectly crocodile tears on command. I mean, but she's also super funny and just vulnerable. I think that her real character and her real like humanness, I think, is like one of the biggest, I think, weapons that she has as like a creator. She's so sweet and so humanly like vulnerable, that I think it just kind of oozes through every single scene. Slater and probably like people that even I think kind of live like this, you have the intention of what you want it to be. You like want it to be like really clean and nice, and like the experience to be like all taken care of. But it's hard. You better always ask yourself, like, why is this happening? Like what is the purpose? What's the intention behind it all? And I think that's where our movie is very specifically, you know, telling you that, you know, things are not as they seem. Alia Shawkat that plays Jess, she's kind of one of my favorite characters. Like, and because of what she brings in such little scenes, and Alia's just she's so good. Like, she just has that. Um, I guess just like the fabric of her, you just love her. God, Gina, I mean, she was such a like kind of an outlier. Like like it was so cool that she wanted to come and do this movie because of who she is. One, just as an actress, but for her to like sign on and like to connect with Zoe and know what this movie means and to like kind of co-sign what it's saying, it was so huge. And she does so much in such few amount of scenes. She's just such a pro, like an incredible pro. Knew exactly her role, and I think us young, or I mean, I guess I'm not young anymore, but like I think, you know, just the younger actors on the movie, we all need to like really take note and take the lessons that they give because they packed so much character, so much story into every single like line, every movement, every single thing. Slater is the same thing. Christian Slater. I mean, it is it's such an honor to get to watch them do their thing. Simon's he's just so free, man. He's just such a like a team player. He was just like, what do you need? You know, and yeah, man, I like love what I do and like I want to do it and I want to do it as well as I can. I want to give you as much as I possibly can to be able to paint your picture with. And Simon's exactly that. He's just like he wants it. He's constant. He created so much that didn't end up getting in the movie just because like you could have made the whole movie about his character and the food that he was making. You know, like we would get voice notes from him before we even got there. That was just these like long sort of like I don't know if he was improvising or if he had like kind of written them or what, but they were genius. Like him just talking about food. I still have them. They're insane, but they're genius in the same sense. Audrey like brings like she's just so like witty. Like she's such a clever person as well, and like knew that part and like kind of, you know, it's a real thing, I think, to be able to come in and know that you have to be the catty girl that sort of is unapologetically sort of going after your man and like doesn't like you because you guys are like you're gonna be competing for the same thing essentially. And to do that in a way that it was so confidently done and so unapologetically like kind of just being like, yeah, this is a cat fight and we are literally gonna fight this out. And do it in a fun way. And I think really understood how to do that. It was awesome to get to watch.